Rest well.
Like,
I'll remember you as you were awake. I opted to use the anglicized names for those characters to avoid mispronouncing the Chinese names.
yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, that was the names of the characters from the English adaptation Monkey, which was also there was a Journey to the West TV series that was redubbed and released as Monkey, and that was the characters' names in that. So yeah, who was Marth exactly? When they added Marth and Roy to Smash Brothers Melee, we were like,
Who?
who are these clowns? And someone was like, well, you see, there are characters from a game called Fire Emblem, which is very popular in Japan. And we're like,
That's great. Good for you.
okay, the guy with sword and guy who looks almost exactly the same as guy with sword. Fine. And now, yeah, last week Nintendo's like,
We heard you like
4
Fire
new
Emblem.
Fire Emblem titles.
For reference, there's a new Fire Emblem proper game coming out in 2018 for the Switch. There's some sort of like Fire Emblem spin-off title coming out this year for the 3DS, which...
Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valencia. Or Valentia. Not Valencia, not the real place.
And there is a mobile Fire Emblem game, which is what we were looking at in the preview, which actually looks pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And there is Fire Emblem Warriors, which is sort of like...
Fire Emblem Dynasty Warriors?
Yeah, it's Fire Emblem Dynasty Warriors, which actually seems like a better fit for the IP than Hyrule Warriors was, considering you do mow down just huge amounts of enemy units in Fire Emblem. But right now, they're having a vote to see which characters are going to make it into the mobile game. So if you don't vote for Henry from Awakening, fuck all of you.
You're doing it wrong.
You're doing
50% of all North American released anime are adaptations of Journey. Most things are adaptations of Journey to the West, as it turns out. I think my favorite is probably Enslaved.
Donald. No, F Donald. Donald sucks ass. The only reason that Donald is so good is because he's so irritating. If he wasn't a good character, I would have literally fed him to a sword.
I like how I don't even remember what's the main character's name in Enslaved?
Monkey.
It is. Oh, his name is Monkey.
Yeah.
Okay. I just like that he has that he has like an extra long belt that makes it look like he has a monkey tail.
He's got like a sash thing.
Yeah, he has like a sash from his belt that makes it look like he has a monkey tail.
Oh my goodness. People are like really now debating which Fire Emblem character.
Professor Pigglesworth, that would be great.
Donald is so OP, but as a character, he sucks.
Enslaved, isn't that wacky futuristic dude and girl walk through post-apocalyptica? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, it's called Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. It's a Journey to the West adaptation.
I mean, it's pretty loose.
It's pretty loose. Because there's no sort of analog for Pigsy and Sandy, are there?
The Pigsy's in it.
Oh, right, yeah.
He's literally a pig.
Right.
Whose name is Pigsy.
It's been a while since I've played it.
I don't know about Sandy, but...
Yeah.
But like other than the character and like Monkey has like a cloud thing.
Yeah, and he's got his...
And he's got the extending
He's
staff.
got the staff, yeah.
It's basically if you're playing any game and somebody has an extending staff or like a little cloud thing that they zip around on, you can, no matter what else is in it, you can be like, boom.
Okay,
to the West.
we're in Journey to the West. I watched Stephen Chow's Journey to the West movie because I was like, Journey to the West, cool. I know that fable or that story or whatever. And I started watching it and I was like, this is not what that is. And I didn't realize that it was sort of like, there's one actually coming out this year of a similar in the genre, but it's the real origins of the characters from this myth. It was like that King Arthur movie with Clive Owen, right? It was like, before he was King Arthur, he was this other guy.
Gapfiller says it's worth noting that Journey is one of the 4 big classics of Chinese literature. So Paul and I were actually trying to come up with like sort of like analogs because, and I think King Arthur probably is like the best analog.
It's not,
The Odyssey.
Yeah.
But it's not, like I think King Arthur is probably the closest, but it's not anywhere near.
For like Western literature?
Yeah.
It's not as pervasive.
Yeah, it's just, from an outsider's perspective, it sometimes seems like Journey to the West is like not the one story that they have that like the Chinese mythology has, but the idea is that Journey to the West is so large and all-encompassing. Like the actual like canonical thing is mini volumes.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like all their other myths almost kind of fit inside Journey to the West.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
What is that movie? Admiral Matt, actually, I can answer that question. There should be an episode of Quirpline coming out this week, and then we've recorded 2 other ones that aren't that one. So, and we've set schedules and everything. So once the episode comes out this week, we should be on track for every other week, which we are really excited about. You can be excited about it too, but we're excited about it.
Yeah, I'm really happy. The corp lines we recorded yesterday were so funny.
There's one. Yeah, but there's some movie scheduled to come out this year that's another like the gritty, true telling of some sort of legend, and I can't remember. It's all
A Chinese movie?
No. Like this year, like it was on the Movie Bob did a list of like
there's
movies forthcoming in 2017 that will probably suck.
There's another like King Arthur type movie.
Oh, is it actually King Arthur again?
Yeah, it's not like it, I don't think it's supposed. It's like it's maybe gritty, but it's more like King Arthur by way of 300. Like
Yeah.
it's not supposed
Yeah.
to be like realistic.
Yeah, we're not
okay. Yeah, it is.
comparing the scope of like Journey to the West to King Arthur.
Oh,
we're
no.
just
No.
because obviously Journey to the West is huge. It's like an epic tale. But like something like a figure from mythology that's sort of become a cultural thing that everybody knows about, right? So for like English people, and also King Arthur, the tales of King Arthur's court were very popular in like France and stuff like that as well. So for if you're looking for an analog for Western European culture, that's the closest thing that we could think of.
Fun fact about the Clive Owen King Arthur movie, that was the first and last time that I ever, that a movie made me so mad and that I realized, or that I didn't realize I was wasting my time, that made me go on to the IMDb forums and argue with people.
Really?
What about it? Just that it was bad?
Oh, just like a bunch of, like, because their whole thing was like, these are the real historical origins of the Arthurian legend, and they got all the historical stuff completely wrong. Like, for one thing, the Romans left Great Britain, and then like 200-300 years later, the Saxons showed up, and this movie made it look like the Romans were actively fleeing from the Saxons. And also, at one point, they get sent to like rescue the son of like a Roman senator from his villa 3 days ride north of Hadrian's Wall.
No, they put up the fucking wall because they're like, we're done.
Yeah,
After they left, yeah.
it makes no sense.
No,
it's so bad.
They put up Hadrian's Wall because I went up there and it was a bunch of like Celtic people, and they're like, nope,
Also,
I don't want to deal with you.
Also, Keira Knightley, who is a good actress, was not able to convincingly deliver the line, one of my favorite terrible line reads in movie history, of, "They tortured me with machines." And you're like, whoa. You want to take that line again?
Could anybody have delivered that line?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think anyone could have delivered that line convincingly. Also, the leader of the Saxons sounded like he was from Texas.
They weren't Celts, they were Picts. Well, I'm not really up on that era of history as much as I am sort of on like the medieval history on. And yeah, really, like,
I think the idea, like the whole idea
They were
of
just-
trying to be like, these are the like historical origins of the King Arthur thing is like, it's inherently
Flawed.
flawed.
Yeah.
It would be like, these are the real historical origins of, like the Odyssey or something, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not, it's like, there was a guy once who might have been called Arthur or
Yeah.
something close to Arthur.
They did do a good made-for-TV miniseries of the Odyssey with Armand Assante. It was pretty good.
But it's, yeah, like I think the idea of doing that is flawed inherently. Turn on.
Intrepid Collins says, "Graham, I have a master's in that stuff. Imagine me watching that film. Oh, you'd die. Yeah, it was right. Yeah, Stellan Skarsgård played the leader of the Saxons and was like, "We're gonna go down there and kick their asses," and you're like, "What is wrong with you people?"
The only thing I remember about that is that it had a very strict hierarchy of like fighting, where only the leader of the bad guys. Like, if you wanted to fight the leader of the bad guys, you had to be the leader of the good guys. If the second in command of the good guys fought the leader of the bad guys, he dies. Second in command of the bad guys fought the leader of the good guys, he dies.
Yeah.
You gotta go one. The second in command and the second in command have to fight each other.
Yeah.
First, the guys in charge have to fight each other. You have to make sure you're fighting at your own level.
I once saw an artsy stage adaptation of the Odyssey where the Cyclops was Hitler. You want to see an artsy adaptation of the Odyssey? Check out "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" There's a Cyclops in that too. That's like your only clue. If there's someone with one eye, like if you see some sort of piece of fiction and there's someone with one eye, take a step back and go, "Is this the Odyssey?"
It's like
And like half the time it is.
it's like the thing with the extending staff and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so tired. I'm looking at pictures of Penelope to remind myself why I'm so tired, but why I'm also not furious that I'm so exhausted. Look how fat she was.
Wow, she's got so little hair in that picture.
And so, like, she looks like a tiny Michelin man.
The great Canadian Penelope.
Okay.
Is Team Fortress 2 the Odyssey?
Right, the Dishonored story.
Yeah.
I think this sounds really cool. I mostly just wanted to, like I said in the story, just dig on the straw man of the angry Dark Souls people who don't like it when you suggest that you could possibly make a game easier and people might enjoy that. And honestly, the granularity with which you can adjust the game in this beta of the update sounds really neat.
So yeah, like it's almost like
You could also make the game way harder if you wanted.
I feel like when I heard that, I don't think that's for people who are making the game easy, because it probably already has just like easy mode. This is probably for people who are seeking to challenge themselves.
Dial in on all the knobs.
But it's challenge. It makes it so you can sort of challenge yourself in different ways, right? Like you can have like the thing I was reading was talking about that the thing that they really liked was that you can set it so you only have one save slot. So he's saying what's nice about that is then you can, it stops save scumming.
Yeah,
but also
it sort of
doesn't
forces you into a like permadeath run kind of.
Well, it stops save save scumming, but makes it so you're not doing it permadeath.
Right. Yeah.
Or you can set it so like guys, the guy was talking about how he was playing it in a deliberately doing like a high chaos. And so he set it so that guys
he turned up
can summon tons of reinforcements.
He turned up the reinforcement numbers so that he just has to fight a bunch of people. Stair Quest was that Kathleen talked about. It started as a jam game, and then they've cleaned it up and they're releasing it. But yeah, it's apparently most of the game is just trying to navigate like stairs.
But like
that is the game.
Yeah.
In the true like Space Quest, King's Quest fashion of you need to get up, and then it's just like you press up and your character walks up, so you have to do like this delicate balance of pressing up and left at just the right time of the way they slide off. And I always hated that part of those games.
That's the joke.
Yeah, I know. I feel like Graham was like, he was talking about it when we were driving over here, and he was like, "Yeah, it's a game jam game," and I'm like, that explains why it sounds like it has two topics. It is a mashup of two ideas that were pulled from a hat.
Old Sierra game. Well, no, stairs.
It was an adventure game jam.
Yeah.
Right.
But like I've been playing through the Space Quest games, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And there's a great in the Space Quest 2 remake that I was playing. So this is the original version of it has basically that. Like it's got this section where there's this bit where there's like where there's all these like plant vines lying on the ground in this basically a maze. And if you step on any of them, it's like a carnivorous plant, and it'll like grab you.
Oh, I remember that from Space Quest too.
And then, and so you have to very carefully with the arrow keys move your way around, right? The remake they did, the guys who did the remake, because this is like a third party remake. It's not actually made by Sierra. they did the remake, but they added mouse control, and they realized that with mouse control, that's not a challenge at all. Like it's not
Right.
it's you just go click 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 click, you're done. And so
Yeah.
I played it, and so I played it, and I went do, 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 all the way around, and then when you get to the end, it eats you. The actual solution, they actually changed the solution to that puzzle, so it's a different. The solution is actually different.
That's amazing.
Just to troll people.
Wow.
What's the new solution?
The new solution is the new solution, which I had no idea was actually entirely made up for this remake. You find this you find a unexploded munition in the wreck of this ship, and then you also find if you walk to a certain spot, if you one of the things that you walk by, if you're not paying or if you don't know that it's there, there's a hole with spikes in the bottom, and so you fall in and die. And so once you know it's there, you can walk around it. So if you go and you walk around that hole, and then you go to this other screen, and there's a green rabbit that runs away from you. And so if you chase the green rabbit, it falls into the pit with the spikes on it, dies. You pick the rabbit up out of the hole, stuff the unexploded munitions into the rabbit, and then go to the carnivorous plant and chuck the
Wow.
the munitions-filled rabbit into the
How did you
plant.
figure this
It
out?
explodes. It's not actually as difficult to figure out as some of the other puzzles.
I remember playing, like, I never got through Space Quest 2, but I played and beat Space Quest 1 as a young child on my dad's old computer. And I really liked that there were alternate ways that you could do things. But, like, the weirdest stuff, right? Like, the weirdest solutions, it really rewarded extremely lateral thinking.
Yeah. Space Quest 1 is...
Like, that's what I miss about those games, but not the fucking shitty controls. Can we have a game like that where
I think
I'm
there are
not
some.
going to accidentally kill myself because I've clicked the mouse one too many times?
Well, the 3... Space Quest 3 is the last one that had the, like, where you have to actually, like, type in what you want to do.
Yeah.
So after that, you can still, like, you can just kind of click around. So the controls are not actually that bad, except for situations where they're, like, specifically... Like, sometimes they actually do specifically put in things that are only difficult because of how the controls are set up,
Yeah.
deliberately.
Someone was asking how many quests have you left to space, or spaces have you left to quest?
I'm on Space Quest 5.
5.
There are 6
All right.
in total. So,
However many episodes that takes you, I guess.
yeah, they'll be...
They're not massively long games.
No, well, it depends on how much I wander around. But,
Yeah.
I don't know how far I am through. I'm 2 episodes, and soon tomorrow will be the 3rd episode of Space Quest 5. And I don't know, there'll probably be a couple more episodes of that, and then on to 6. So
Sweet. Ariana Grande's in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
Great. Good for her.
Why not?
Sure.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't
Like, I have nothing
care.
else to say about that.
Yeah.
there's a great picture I saw a little while ago of like Ariana Grande, like basically like sitting with like all
With
the
all
with
the
all
people
the
from
developers and
Squaresoft
stuff.
like looking at the computer,
Yeah,
being like,
looking at
yes, like
stuff,
that. It was kind of funny. They're making an Echo Atsume movie.
Mm-hmm.
That seems cool. And the Year of the Rooster event for Overwatch also looks sweet. I don't play Winston, and I super want the Sun Wukong skin. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on your cord there.
We're both on the cord.
We're both on all the cords. Every cord is under all of our chairs
Nope.
simultaneously. There we go.
Got there.
Okay. We figured it out. All right, some other stories. Zelda fans have decoded the text language from Breath of the Wild.
Already.
Yeah, from some stuff that was revealed in trailers and at
The Treehouse event.
at the Treehouse event, and it's a cipher that goes from whatever the alphabet, the Shike alphabet. Anyway, it's like a cipher that goes into Japanese, and then they translated it from Japanese into English, and so they found out some more lore of the game for Breath of the Wild, if you want to look into that.
It's not like amazing.
It's not groundbreaking, but it's just neat that they figured that out already.
Well, what's amazing is that they figured out the translation of this language like a little while ago.
Yeah.
From the previous trailer. And apparently there's all sorts of Easter eggs, if you know it, like on like computer screens, it'll be saying like all your base.
Wow.
Stuff like that. But then they found this additional lore out because in the Switch trailer for it, they showed the special edition map, and someone just holds up the map, and then if you pause it, and because the back's like someone I guess is like showing it and shows the back. And they paused it and so it's like written on the back of the map that comes with the special edition.
It's like the story of the game.
Yeah. It's just, You think you could be safe writing stuff on the back in a language that you just invented, but no. People figured it out.
Indigo Vitare, apparently, from what we were reading, it's always been Sheikah to Japanese and then to English. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Playdead, the company that made Limbo and Inside, have rather publicly and for the last since July been kind of
having a fight,
going through a slow breakup.
The two
founders. Anyway, what's the name?
I like to
one of them has left. Co-founder Dino Patti has left with having had his shares bought out for $7.2 million. So good for Playdead because they've only made 2 games.
I'd like to
They're
think
very good games.
That the fallout between the two founders was no, we can't use colors other than black and white. It's I'm saying we'll just use a few more colors. No, it's wrong.
Apparently the fallout related to how and when they should release the games.
Or that they
and then they basically
were trying to release. That's I know one of them thought they were releasing too fast
or too slowly or something. I don't know. And then apparently they haven't been talking since 2015. So.
Wow. Maybe that whole playing the video game soundtrack through a human skull thing kind of got on somebody's nerves.
What's Playdead? I just said, Playdead made Limbo and Inside. So, yeah. Anyway, good for them for that money, but sucks that the two of them split up. But, I mean...
They made a couple good games together, and now maybe they can make some good games apart.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Playdead... It's not that Playdead, it's just the one of the founders of Playdead left
and had their shares bought out.
But so. Playdead theoretically is mostly intact other than that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, I got to tell you about the Gurntmobile.
Gurnt.
Settle in. Okay, GTA 5 online.
This story is on Polygon if you want to see pictures of the car.
Yeah, this guy named Aaron Reynolds, he's actually the curator that runs the Batman66 Labels Twitter account for anyone who follows that. Anyway, so in GTA Online, you can buy car insurance so that if your car gets impounded or if you crash it, you can make a claim on it and buy your car back in case you've pimped out your car or whatever. If someone destroys your car and you claim the insurance, they have to pay for it.
It's basically an anti-griefing thing.
Yeah, they have to pay 1.25% of the car's value.
So a very small.
Very, it's a very small thing. So griefers in Grand Theft Auto Online will wait by the garages where people go to pimp their car out and save the vehicles and then destroy the vehicles before someone can save the vehicle so that they don't get to actually have it. So what this guy did is he exhaustively and unnecessarily customized a car so that it was worth $1 million.
I guess basically as expensive as he could possibly make it.
And then would drive around looking for these people waiting outside a garage and go to try to get into the garage and they destroy the car, causing $1 million worth of damage. Then he would make the claim and $12,500 would just get sucked out of their money, which is a lot of money for the game. And so
like would that be like a third of your liquid assets?
I guess it depends.
it'd be a lot of money.
Right.
It got so bad that the griefers were talking amongst themselves, saying, "Don't engage that car. Stay away from that guy."
Like, that guy's a big troll.
Yeah, meaning everyone knew what, as he called it, the Gurtmobile looked like, and were steering clear of it. So he had to make another one. So he made a second. He made the Gurtmobile 2, so that he could still get
Troll
people.
trolls.
Yeah,
It's kind of like you know, bait cars
yeah, exactly.
in the real world.
Yeah,
Eventually, it'll get to the point where it's like you can't tell what's a Gurtmobile and what isn't, so
Yeah.
you can't attack any car.
here's a series of tweets. Once they figured out the game that destroying my car cost them huge amounts of in-game money, I switched cars. The wailing over my headset was incredible. Guys, he has 2 effing cars. Don't shoot either of them. That was fun and satisfying, but the capper happened maybe 20 minutes ago when I found the entrance to my garage blocked. There were, in fact, a bunch of upset dudes waiting at my in-game house. Their plan, however, had flaws, the biggest of which was that they intended to blow up my car because they were angry that blowing up my car cost them money.
So, this reminds me a little bit of the thing where everyone was super mad at people laying in wait in Dark Souls, laying in wait for people to invade and then ganking them
Yeah.
when people invaded their game.
Yeah.
And so the people who were doing all the invading were like, they're not playing the game right. We should be able to invade.
There was...
It's like, it's the same thing. It's like, yeah, sort of griefing the griefers.
when
And they're like, hey, no fair.
When Ben Swallow was in town, he was showing me a video of, I think it was Dark Souls 3, and there's an area where if you do like a sitting down emote, if you get on top of an elevator and do the sitting down emote, then the camera angles means that the invader can't see you up on top of it. And so someone would get in the elevator, and then as it's going down, meaning there's no escape, the person standing on top of the elevator would use this massive AoE, just like massive AoE kill spell, and just kill the person in the elevator. So all they see is they get in the elevator and a spell goes off and they die.
Stop griefing, we're trying to grief.
It's good stuff.
Womp womp. So, that's funny.
And that was basically it, actually. Oh,
Yeah.
and it wasn't here, but there was a 2012 study. Sorry, I'm doing this from memory. There was a 2012 study that was linking violent video games to improved marksmanship ability.
I guess like
That-
first-person shooters.
Yeah, that has recently been this week or last week was discredited for being complete bullshit. So, thought that was interesting.
Oh yeah, there was this thing where
Iron Pineapple, yes, that's the one.
where HTC
Hey Ben.
HTC
Ben.
members the
Oh,
obviously
yeah, I
the-
missed that one, sorry.
the Vive they've pledged $10 million towards VR games promoting for sort of
Positive change.
positive change. Yeah, which is sort of an interesting idea. I don't quite know what, I think it's sort of deliberately vague because it's going to be,
The
it's an
VR for
ongoing-
Impact program, which is supporting the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure all peoples enjoy peace and prosperity.
Yeah.
Which sounds nice.
I mean, I obviously the first thing I imagine when I hear like VR games for like promoting positive change in the world would be like, this is a roller coaster simulator, but you're in Africa or something like like something really really bad. But hopefully it'll be something where it actually is maybe giving you a VR look at. I mean, there actually have already been some neat stuff, video style, but like video VR stuff of of places, either disaster areas or places where bad stuff's going down, where to sort of put you in the scene and kind of give you a better idea of what's going on.
To be clear, it's not specifically for games.
Yeah.
It's VR tech and VR experiences.
Right.
Not explicitly games, but they could be games. But yeah, just so that you don't think that it's like, these seem like a challenging thing to make a game about. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not just.
But like the 360 degree.
Some of it could be experiences.
The 360 degree like news report video thing has already like people have already kind of started doing that. So I can imagine that being a thing. You know, when after some terrible disaster, being able to really actually like get in there and see it sort of from the ground level. I can imagine might be effective in terms of getting people to really feel like it.
Apparently, he's already up to Gurntmobile 3 and 4.
Yeah, eventually, if there are enough of them around, then yeah, you won't be able to destroy cars.
You'll never know.
Yeah,
I hope other people start copying him.
Yeah.
I love the idea that it's like people complaining. It's like, okay, GTA suck. It's like I can't destroy cars because then I have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's seems fine.
Alrighty. Shall we move on to the extended yawn?
In welcoming.
The welcoming. I don't know why I said it like that.
That was too much.
It went too far.
Went too far.
I went too far. Where are we at?
I
Where you
believe-
at? There we are.
Vixla.
That's what I have.
All right, let's see if this goes.
Who? Yay!
Hey!
Vixla. A 4-month resub says late. Checkpoint Plus is never late.
Whoa.
That was correct. That's what I said. Stijard 42.
For 10 months. Thank you.
Welcome back, Stijard 42. Mr. Flip with a 41-month resub. That's as many as 4 10s with an extra 1, and that's terrible.
Sorry.
I love that. 40. That's as many as 4 10s, and that's terrible.
Mod 42 for 4 months. MOD 42?
Welcome back, either way. Hats Wear Cats with a 37-month resub. Melbourne was 36 degrees today and raining yesterday. Oh, wait, 36 degrees and raining.
So humid.
Peter 200 XL LX for 4 months. Sleep is a good thing.
We
That's
wish
true.
for more of.
Hydra Wiggins. 4 months says alternative servo facts.
Oricus, a new subscriber. Welcome to the channel, Oricus. Oh, there it is.
The lame name game for 20 months. Hopefully Kathleen can sleep 20 months after check.
That's just a coma.
Yeah.
Captain, all right. Sorry.
Captain Falafel for 37 months. 37 months in a row.
Generic Evil Genius for 32 months. 32 months in a row?
Well, I mean,
I know what you were doing.
Alexander the Mediocre is a new subscriber.
What? I was doing it badly. I was pretending I didn't get the joke.
Joan Pike won for 22 months.
John Pike.
Juno Pike.
Van Bale with a 24-month resub says 24 months, that's 2 years, or is it?
Van Bay won.
Gormless Ben is a new subscriber. Hopefully you will find some Gorm.
Welcome to the channel.
Durkatronic. 18 months.
That's what Penelope says.
Dirk.
Waffle Fortress with a 20-month resub says, what is the pig dog thingy behind Kathleen? That's Professor Pigglesworth, the checkpoint mascot.
Not on Twitch for 25 months. The cryptid returns.
Oh.
Watton Varno, 28 months. Look at this small pig.
Welcome back, Watton Varno. And 190 bits from Earthen One, Foxmar 320, and Admiral Matt.
Thank
Yay.
Thank you, all three of you.
I don't know what dog qualities Professor Pigglesworth has.
I just don't think they saw it clearly.
I can see clearly now.
The
It's
pig
not
has moved.
It's not a dog. That's where I was going with it.
I can
The pig
see
has moved.
all obstacles in front of this pig. Do, 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 do.
There aren't that many though, so it's okay.
There are some other words to this song.
I don't believe you. That's the only ones I know.
It's gonna be a pink, 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 pink piggy day.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Tonight on Tinker Tailor Solder Fry, Ian's going to get back inside his Dreamcast and hopefully not break it.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. Apparently, he's going to be like splitting an IDE cable, which
Yep.
has like 40 pins in it,
Yup.
and like soldering each line separately to
Yup.
different parts.
Yup.
I am a little concerned.
I'm excited to see it. He got through the last stream without frying it. Mm-hmm. And now he has a better soldering iron.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.